Most people live their lives reacting to every little thing, chasing fleeting pleasures, and worrying about things they cannot control. If you want to stop being manipulated by the world and find true peace, there is one mindset you must adopt today. The first step is understanding that you cannot control other people, events, or outcomes. Everything outside your mind is unpredictable, chaotic, and often unfair, but your thoughts, your choices, and your responses are entirely yours. Mentally strong people understand this and focus all their energy on what they can control. They embrace discomfort because life will always be uncomfortable in some way. Waiting in line, facing criticism, losing what you love, encountering failure, these are all part of existence. Instead of avoiding discomfort, mentally strong people lean into it and treat challenges as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and calmer. For example, imagine someone cutting you off in traffic or a colleague criticizing your work unfairly. Most people react immediately with anger or frustration. A mentally strong person pauses, acknowledges the feeling, and asks themselves, is this worth my peace? By controlling the response rather than the situation, they remain calm, focused, and unshaken. Over time, these small moments of self-mastery compound into unshakable inner strength. Another key practice is detachment from outcomes. Most people tie their happiness to success, recognition, or approval. But the Stoics remind us that external validation is fleeting and unreliable. Focus on effort, integrity, and action rather than results. Because true strength comes from doing what is right regardless of the outcome. For instance, an artist may spend hours creating a piece, uncertain if anyone will appreciate it. Instead of seeking applause, they focus on the craft itself, the discipline, and the satisfaction of creating something meaningful. This mindset reduces disappointment and builds resilience because the reward is internal, not dependent on others. Mentally strong people also guard their attention. Every day, countless distractions try to steal your time, energy, and focus. Social media, gossip, unnecessary drama, and negative news can all pull you away from what matters. They consciously decide where to put their focus, dedicating it to learning, reflection, creation, and meaningful connections. For example, instead of endlessly scrolling through updates, they might spend 30 minutes reading a book, journaling, or meditating. Each choice adds up, and the accumulation of deliberate focus over weeks and months leads to mastery over mind and life. They also practice gratitude and reflection daily. Each day is short and life is fragile. Taking time to reflect on what went well, what could be improved, and what lessons were learned keeps the mind sharp and the heart grounded. Gratitude is not a passive feeling but a daily exercise in perspective, reminding us that even in hardship there is something to appreciate. For instance, even after a tough day at work or a personal setback, noticing small things, a kind word, a moment of clarity, a lesson learned transforms frustration into insight and fuels personal growth. Mentally strong people understand that their environment shapes them, but it does not define them. They carefully choose the people they spend time with, the content they consume, and the habits they build. Surrounding themselves with negativity or chaos is a choice they avoid. Instead, they seek inspiration, wisdom, and people who challenge them in healthy ways. Over time, these intentional choices create a life aligned with values, discipline, and purpose. They also recognize the power of routine and discipline. While most people rely on motivation that comes and goes, mentally strong individuals build habits that carry them forward even on days they feel tired, uninspired, or stressed. They wake up early, plan their day intentionally, practice reflection, and take consistent action toward their goals. Discipline compounds faster than motivation, and over years it leads to a life of freedom, mastery, and calm confidence. Finally, they understand the transient nature of life. They know that pain, setbacks, loss, and uncertainty are inevitable. Instead of fearing them, they prepare themselves mentally, practicing resilience in small daily challenges so that when larger hardships arrive, they face them with calm and wisdom. This is the essence of Stoicism, not to avoid difficulties, but to train the mind to remain steady, clear, and virtuous no matter what happens. Start today. Pause before reacting. Choose what to control. Embrace discomfort. Detach from outcomes. Protect your focus. Build discipline, reflect daily, and cultivate gratitude. Your mind is your greatest asset, and how you use it determines the quality of your life. Every small decision to strengthen your mind compounds into a life of calm, clarity, resilience, and freedom. Your journey is yours, but by practicing these habits, you become unshakable, capable, and ready for whatever life brings.